In 1995, a young Elon Musk dropped out of Stanford just 2 days into his PhD program. He had no clear safety net, no guaranteed job, and just over $2,000 in his bank account. Instead of following a conventional path, he poured everything into building his first startup, Zip2. His rent shared with his brother, his bed, a beanbag next to his desk. That leap of faith turned into a $307 million sale just 4 years later. But here's what's wild. Even after that success, Musk risked everything. Again, betting his entire fortune on SpaceX, Tesla, and SolarCity, and came within weeks of losing it all. Why does Elon Musk take such staggering risks? What does he believe about risk that most people misunderstand? Let's dive into the mindset of a man who's redefined what it means to bet on the future. Part 1. Elon Musk's philosophy on risk-taking. Elon Musk isn't a gambler. He doesn't roll the dice blindly. His risk-taking is strategic, driven by logic and mission. He once said, "When something is important enough, you do it even if the odds are not in your favor." That's the core. For Musk, the importance of the mission outweighs the fear of failure. Whether it's making humanity multiplanetary or accelerating the transition to sustainable energy, the mission becomes the compass, even when the path is unclear. He frames risk in terms of impact, not fear. If the outcome could change the world, then even a slim chance of success is worth it. Part 2. Calculated risk versus reckless risk. People often confuse risk with recklessness. Musk is not reckless. He's obsessed with reducing risk through first principles thinking. Let's break it down. When SpaceX started, everyone thought it was insane. A private rocket company? Competing with NASA? It felt like suicide. But Musk approached it methodically. He asked, "What are rockets really made of? How much do the raw materials cost? Why is it so expensive to launch?" Instead of accepting industry norms, he rebuilt the entire model from scratch. That's first principles thinking, a concept he borrowed from physics. Break things down to their fundamental truths and reason up from there. Through this, he realized he could build rockets for a fraction of the cost. That insight made SpaceX not just possible, but necessary. Taking a risk is smart if you can control the variables, and Musk tries to control as many as possible. Part 3. Embracing failure as a learning engine. Elon Musk doesn't fear failure. He sees it as a critical part of progress. Failure is an option here. If things are not failing, you are not innovating enough. In 2008, SpaceX had already burned through 3 failed rocket launches. Investors were fleeing. Tesla was bleeding cash. And yet, Musk kept going. Why? Because failure wasn't a wall, it was feedback. The 4th Falcon 1 launch succeeded. It changed everything. NASA awarded SpaceX a $1.6 billion contract. Imagine this, if Musk had quit after 3 failures, there would be no Falcon Heavy, no Crew Dragon, no reusable rockets. Failure was the price of innovation. He embraced it, learned from it, and moved forward faster than anyone else. Part 4. Sacrificing comfort for vision. In 2002, after selling PayPal, Musk had roughly $180 million. He could have retired to a tropical island and never worked again. Instead, he poured $100 million into SpaceX, $70 million into Tesla, and $10 million into SolarCity. He kept just enough to rent an apartment. He bet everything not for profit, but for purpose. That level of sacrifice is rare. Most people protect comfort. Musk chases vision. He once revealed, "I could have either kept the money or put it all in and let the companies die. I couldn't do that." That kind of risk isn't about ego, it's about responsibility. If you truly believe your work matters, you back it with everything you've got. Part 5. Urgency beats security. Musk treats time like rocket fuel, precious and always burning. He's not patient with progress. He famously pushes teams with what he calls insane deadlines. Why? because he believes urgency forces progress. When asked why he moves so fast, he said, "If you had a gun to your head, you'd move faster." He understands the opportunity cost of inaction. Playing it safe means missing the moment. Tesla wasn't the first electric car company, but it was the first to act fast, build big, and break expectations. That risk changed the auto industry forever. If you're waiting for certainty, you're already late. That's Musk's view. The future doesn't wait for perfect conditions. Part 6. Risk isn't optional anymore. Here's the truth Elon Musk wants us to see. Avoiding risk is the riskiest thing you can do. The world is changing at a pace we've never seen. AI, automation, climate change, space colonization. These aren't optional conversations anymore. He sees risk not as a choice, but as a duty. In his words, some people don't like change, but you need to embrace change if the alternative is disaster. For Musk, taking risk isn't about being brave, it's about being realistic. You either shape the future, or it shapes you. Part 7. What you can learn from Elon Musk's risk mindset. So what can you take away from this? Let's distill Elon Musk's risk mindset into a few key principles. Mission over fear. If something truly matters to you or to the world, fear becomes secondary. Think from first principles. Don't follow the crowd. Break problems down and rebuild from the ground up. Accept failure. Learn fast. Failure isn't your enemy, it's your teacher. Sacrifice comfort for growth. If you're always choosing comfort, you're probably avoiding your biggest potential. Act with urgency. Don't wait for perfect. Start now. Iterate as you go. Realize safety is an illusion. The world will change with or without you. The choice is whether you lead or lag. These aren't just ideas for billionaires or CEOs. They're lessons for students, creators, entrepreneurs, anyone who wants to do work that matters. Ending, 10 seconds or less, powerful close. Elon Musk doesn't chase risk for the thrill. He does it because the future demands it, and sometimes the riskiest move is standing still.